Surrounded by Asia's giants, Tibet is still one of the most inaccessible regions in the world, while Kailash is one of the most inaccessible regions of Tibet. You must first fly to Lhasa, Tibet's largest city. From there, it takes 4 days to drive 1,000 miles of difficult and dangerous terrain. It's just as daunting getting over the massive political barriers enforced by Tibet's rulers. For 2,000 years, as old as the Great Wall, China has had a relationship with Tibet, kind of like brothers. Like brothers, their history ranges from shared philosophies and peaceful coexistence to jealousy, intrigue, and bloody conflict. Very long story short, China's historic military superiority helped them take over Tibet in 1951. They've been in charge ever since. After communist icon Mao Zedong died, China began an era of explosive economic growth. Besides being the most populous country in the world, it quickly became the second most economically powerful behind the U.S. As fortunes change in China, they're reflected on a smaller but similarly dramatic scale in Tibet. Like China, horse carts and bicycles are being replaced by cars and trucks, driving on Tibet's first paved roads. Mud huts and tents are being replaced by concrete and glass, steel and plastic. And Tibetans are being replaced by Chinese. The government won't say, but it's estimated that half of Tibet's population is now ethnic Chinese. When you walk around the Tibetan capital, you'd swear you were in China, with an occasional Tibetan tourist. Thousands of Tibetans fled the country after the Chinese took over. As many as 2 million died in the violence and famine that followed. Chinese immigration to Tibet began soon after, but has accelerated as China itself becomes more overcrowded and demands more of the resources Tibet holds.
Problem is you can't figure out what language to use here.
Now you don't even know how to say hello here anymore. Tashi delay is Tibetan, Chinese is ni hao. After a while, you avoid controversy by simply saying hello.
Hello. Hello. 你会说什么话？中文吗？
就 hello 啊。
英文呢？ It's almost a cultural genocide of sorts going on without necessarily meant to be, but that's what it is.
Most of Tibet's monasteries and holy places were closed or demolished after the takeover. Now the Chinese are reopening and even rebuilding what they destroyed as part of the modernization process. Realizing how much money can be made, the Chinese recently opened these sites to Hindu and Buddhist pilgrims and tourists from all over the world. That includes some curious Westerners who are searching for something themselves.